what's up? It's Stella Standingbear, and you're on the mix with DJ Fusion.
I'm one-on-one today with an up-and-coming star who has a new single out called It's Stella Standing Bear. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time today to share yourself and your story with our listeners here. Your new single is amazing. I really like the single, and it's doing
Thank
well on the
you.
charts right now. Tell us a little bit about how this song came together.
Yeah, I had it on my EP, Rap Star EP. Fast forward to 2026, I've been working with Jen and DJ Noble, and we sent an open over to Paul Wall, and he sent it back like the next day. So fast, professional. He crushed the verse. The verse is like 12 out of 10. Like, it's amazing. He did his thing on that, and so shout out to Paul Wall and the team for making it happen.
He really did, but I really wanted to give you your flowers because even before Paul got on that, the original version of that song is strong. It's a really great song, and Paul just made it better. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's what I really wanted to share with our listeners. You know what I mean? Like, you're a really amazing songwriter, and you got some depth to you. So, getting Paul on, the people's champ, everybody loves Paul, so he brought a whole new flavor to it. But it's a really amazing record, even before
You,
Paul got on.
Thank you. You say songwriter, but I will say I do the punch and freestyle method of recording.
Okay,
So
but you
technically,
still,
it's a freestyle.
yeah, but you still came up
Yeah.
with it, and you have to
Yeah.
remember it in order to perform it. So you still, it still came from you.
Yep.
Punch-ins are pretty common though now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a shift in the generation. But I do have to say though, like, I've found some of your other music, the Pray for You freestyle.
hmm
That was really dope. Like, you have a really diverse catalog of music.
Thank you. I would say came from the Pray for You freestyle moment. I premiered that song with On the Radar. I did the On the Radar freestyle. So when I got back into Salt Lake City, I was a little bit buzzing. I was inspired. So of course I had to go to the studio. My producer, he played the beat, and I was like, load that up right now. Load it up. We're hopping on this. And then I kind of just piggybacked off of that first On the Radar moment. That's all right. I
Yeah.
got right. And so that's what that moment was really.
And when it comes into that synth hits, and that first key hits, too. Like, it has that epic vibe to it. So, Stella, you have a tour going on right now that's kind of midway through. It's the Off the Res tour. How's the tour going for you?
It's going great. We got Salt Lake City down, Denver down, and we will be in New Mexico this weekend.
That's crazy awesome. How many cities did you hit overall?
So far two, and it is a 15 city tour
Oh,
for
that's
the
crazy.
first leg.
That's awesome. Congrats on that. So you're out of Salt Lake City. It's not an area that you hear a lot of artists kind of breaking out of, and then you're also native. So I think you have two unique factors kind of working for you. Has that kind of helped, fans like identify you, as you're coming out?
Of course, yeah. I would say, yeah. Like I feel like I got like my city, my home city, and then I got like my home res,
Yeah.
both.
And that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, because, there's definitely not a lot of artists that are coming out of Utah or identifying as native. So, there's definitely a whole segment of people that are getting an artist that they can now identify with.
hmm
That's
Yeah,
dope.
I would say my Native American community, my Indigenous community, really like pushed me up to where I am, and I wouldn't be here without them. They really put on for me. They're coming to my shows, playing my music, giving me opportunities like On the Radar and performing at the Phoenix Suns halftime and winning music awards that I've never won before, or even charting on Indigenous music countdown Sirius XM. So they've gave me a lot of opportunities. I'm super blessed and grateful for them.
Well, you definitely earned a lot of those opportunities. You've been putting in the grind. You've been putting in the hours. You've definitely been putting in the pen time and the studio time. If anybody wants to follow your journey, kind of see what's going on, maybe get a little bit more behind Stella Standing Bear, how can we find you? How can we tap in?
Of course, yeah, I'm on all social media platforms, Stella Standing Bear. I also have a website, stellastandingbear.com, where you can find my socials, my music, you can read my bio, buy tickets to the show, or even merch.
Nice. That's what's up. So do you have a album that's in the works or coming out for 26? Like what can we look forward to other than
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of music in the vault, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just focused on the single, and then there should be another one following up. I'm just trying
Okay.
to decide on which one it is. I might even do snippets and let the people decide on what's next.
All right, that's what's up. It's awesome that you're like in tune with your fan base and letting them kind of guide what happens. It's something that I think a lot of the bigger artists today are kind of missing out on, and it makes a big difference with the fan base.
100%. We're a community and we're in it together. I always like to say that I'm powered by the people. I'm not signed to a label. I'm independent. I manage myself, and I'm powered by the people. So of course I'm gonna include them as much as I possibly can.
Well, that's super dope. I see Standing Bear LLC on everything. Every time we go looking for the music, so you're doing a great job of representing yourself. You're doing a great job of branding, but ultimately the music and the message are what's resonating the most, and it shows. So salute.
Thank you.
All right, last question that I got for you, Stella. I support a ton of independent artists across all different levels of their career, and I was wondering if you could give us any advice that may help other artists level up.
Of course. I would say, a lot of artists focus on the art, which is great because that's where we are. It's in our name, artists, right? But we really gotta learn the music business side to our art. And I'd say that is just as important as creating the art.
It definitely is because if you create it and somebody else takes it, then you lost everything you
Exactly.
gained from it. So super
Exactly.
great advice.
For your music.
Stella, I'm loving. It's a great single. It's even doper with Paul Wall on it. But again, very dope single just on its own. So thank you very much for your time and best of luck with the rest of 26.
Of course, you as well. It's a pleasure to connect, and thank you for your support. And I look forward to continuing to work together.